Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope you're having a great experience. And in this set of videos, we're going to dive into the 12 houses of the zodiac. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with the zodiac houses, so this video is the introduction into the 12 houses. Now, we're just going to jump right in. These videos probably won't be that long because the houses, once you get the details regarding them, they're pretty much self-explanatory. You can kind of explore your birth chart to see how each house affects you. But to begin, the basics of the 12 houses are they're divided into 12, of course, and each zodiac sign rules a house. The houses are read counterclockwise, and they start with the first house being ruled by Aries, which is the house of self. This is the house of your personality, your ego. The second house is ruled by Taurus, which is the house of values, of materialism, of money, of wealth, of self-worth. The third house is ruled by Gemini, which is the house of communication. It is also the house of intelligence, of achievements, of siblings. The fourth house is ruled by Cancer, which is the house of home and family. It is the house of ancestry, heritage, roots, early development, parenthood. It is the house of mothers and motherhood and mother figures, caregivers. The fifth house is ruled by Leo, which is the house of pleasures. It is our house of recreation, of enjoyment, of entertainment, games. The fifth house is also known as the house of children. We'll get more into details with that. The sixth house is ruled by Virgo, and the sixth house is the house of health. It's the house of routines, of tasks, of duties, of skills, trainings, jobs, employment, health, well-being. The seventh house is the house of ruled by Libra. It is the house of partnership. It is the house of business, marriage, diplomatic relations. In the seventh house, we start leaving the personal matters and start entering the more social matters. The seventh house is the house of spousal relationships. The eighth house is the house of reincarnation. It is known as the house of death. It is ruled by Scorpio. It is the house of death and rebirth, of sexual relationships, of joint finances, of other people's resources. It is also the house of occultic matters, of psychic matters, matters of taboo. The ninth house is the house ruled by Sagittarius. It is the house of philosophy, the house of journeys. It is the house of foreign travel, of culture, of religion, of law and ethics. The 10th house is ruled by Capricorn. It is the house of social status. It is known as the Kingdom House. It is the house of ambitions, motivations, careers, your status in society, of governments, father figures and fathers, the breadwinner. It is the house of your public appearance. The 11th house is the house of Aquarius. It is the house of friendships. It is the house of acquaintances, groups, clubs, societies. And finally, the 12th house is the house of self-undoing. This is known as the prison house because it is the house ruled by Pisces, the house of mysticism, of mysteries, of secluded places. It is the house of dreams, unknown enemies, and elusive and secretive unknown matters. Now that is the introduction to the 12 houses. The 12 houses are classified using what is known as modalities or qualities, and these qualities are known as angular, succedent, and cadence. Angular houses are the houses of action. They're ruled by the cardinal signs. They're the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, and the 10th house. The succedent houses are the houses of security. They are the succeeding houses, and they are the 2nd, the 5th, the 8th, and the 11th house. And the cadent houses are the mutable signs, which are the 3rd, the 6th, the 9th, and the 12th houses. Now, with the modalities, we have angular houses being the 1st house ruled by Aries, the 4th house ruled by Cancer, the 7th house ruled by Libra, and the 10th house ruled by Capricorn. If you have listened to the zodiac recording, you already have a big picture of what the cardinal signs are, and those are the 4 cardinal signs. Now, in this angular position, this is the position of initiation, the position of action, and we all have come to the understanding that cardinal signs are the signs that start everything. For example, Aries starts spring, Cancer starts summer, Libra starts autumn, and Capricorn starts winter. So in each of these houses, you will find action is taken. Going into the succedent houses, these are the houses of purpose. These are the houses of stability, and they're ruled by fixed signs of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. In the 2nd, 5th, 8th, and 11th house. And then the cadent houses are the houses of transition, and mutable signs are the signs of transition, of change and adaptation. And these are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And the next thing regarding the 12 houses, it's I guess a little bit more advanced, but I'll briefly cover it. The houses are classified in triplicities, either fire triplicities, which is the 1st, the 5th, the 9th, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Earth triplicities, which are the 2nd, the 6th, and the 10th, which would be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And then there's air triplicities, which is the social, intellectual houses, which is the 3rd, the 7th, and the 11th, which would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And then the water triplicities are the soul or emotional houses, which is the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th, which are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We will get into the details of the modalities of each house and also the triplicity elements of each house as we go through them one by one. But this was supposed to be a pretty much a summary or an introduction to the 12 houses. And our next recording will be of the 1st house, ruled by Aries, which is the house of self. So stay tuned.